Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. My name is Evan Freiberger. Feeling a little bit more rested today, thankfully. It's been a long week, but hey, we got more stuff to talk about. It seems like we get a storm after a storm after a storm after a storm. January has been quite wild. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. Hopefully everybody is doing well this evening. Today we're going to be going over the southern snowstorm that's going to be coming, impacting the southeast with potentially some pretty big impacts. I mean, although your area is probably not under a major impact zone, it is, either in a moderate or a minor. But even with like 1 or 2 inches in the southeast, things go pretty crazy. I mean, I think Huntsville is like my area is forecasted to get, I think, like in between those 1 to 2 inches, maybe a little bit more, and people are already shopping and clearing out aisles already. It's pretty crazy how much the southeast freaks out about snow. But yeah, we're gonna be going over that. We're also gonna be looking at, we have a ton of cams. We're like throughout the stream. We're also going to be watching this pretty cool event, cool literally, and dangerous literally, up there near Buffalo and Watertown. We have lake effect snow machine is turned on up there, and it is just unrelenting. It's kind of crazy, just how much snow and wind is happening at the same time. I mean, we're talking like 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, really heavy snowfall amounts, potentially 2 feet of snow, maybe even a little higher up there is going to be expected. So we're going to talk about that and also look at some cams in that region. And then we're going to try to answer as many questions as possible during the live stream. But I've thought of another new way, potentially, that might help at least me answer more of your questions, and we'll kind of be announcing that at the end of the stream. But let's come over to here. But first, look at what's going on over here. This is south of Buffalo, where that lake effect snow band is just kind of skimming here near Buffalo. And then look at this. This is Watertown, and we almost have blizzard conditions already starting to ramp up here. You see how fast that snow is moving, and I'll tell you what, some of these little gusts like that have been pretty intense. And I've even seen this sign next to this light pole shake multiple times as those gusts increase. But yeah, a lot of snow starting here, and it's going to pick up even more probably throughout the stream. Remember how it looks out there? You can see on the ground a couple bricks, but I bet you by the end of the stream there's just snow on the ground, because that's how fast some of the snow can accumulate. But let's come over to here, looking at just kind of the general view of what we're going to be talking about today. And as you can see, we still got some lake effect snow that's ongoing out here. Actually, let's go to the current radar. I want to show you guys this fire hose of snow that is happening up here in this region. If we come over to here and then go to the winter weather radar, look at this. This thing is just going and going and going, and it's going to keep going throughout the night. You can see we had a little bit of a wind shift that pushed this further down to the south, but you can see the wind is shifting back up a little bit to the north again, and that's going to start to bring that heavier snow band back in and around the Buffalo area. So definitely watch out for that if you live mainly just in Buffalo, New York to like Batavia and Rochester. This is going to be happening at this intensity for probably the next day. And then also over here near Watertown, where that cam was that we were just looking at, you can see we've got a little bit thicker, not as I wouldn't say as condensed of a snowfall band out here, but definitely strong enough with those winds as well to be causing some problems out there. I'm wondering just how long the power will stay on. I mean, look at this, 44 mile per hour wind gusts associated with this snow right now. So also a small goal that I have for the stream, I don't know how long we're going to stream. I do have a little bit more energy than yesterday, but little goals, maybe we might even be able to see some thunder snow live on one of these cams. But let's come back out to the models, kind of do a zoomed out view here of what's going on. So lake effect snow up there, as you can see, we're going to be talking about that a little bit more in depth with some higher res models. Also got this low pressure over here off the west coast. That's going to be that little area of energy that's going to move over the Rockies and eventually spit out another low pressure system that's really going to be tracking along in the Gulf of Mexico, but that's going to be bringing in moisture into the United States and colliding with that Canadian front, Arctic front, whatever everyone's calling it. Everyone's calling it a different thing. Some people are calling it a polar plunge, Arctic front, but yeah, you can see. And that storm starts down there in the southeast, going into the 14th, and then it keeps going into the 15th at around 3 p.m., going into 12 a.m. Then that moves off over towards like the Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, going into New Jersey there, going into about 3 a.m., and then that moves off to the north and east. And then after that, we might have another storm that we will have to watch for the southeast, potentially. Again, this is way far out. This is going to change, but look at this. Going just to the 5-day range here, potentially some more wintry type precip could be coming through the area again. So we might have 2 rounds of this, but big caveat on this guy. Still a huge question mark. Again, 5 days out. This could be all the way up here on the models by the time we show it, or it could be further south on the models as we finally show it. So, big question mark there. We're not going to really be talking about this in detail whatsoever, but I mean, check this out. We are 5 days out on the model here, and we still have lake effect snow ongoing over here near Kingston and Buffalo, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's what we're essentially going to be talking about. So let's go over to a little bit of a higher res model here. We're going to go to the HRRR and just kind of get a little bit of a higher res timing picture on what this storm could look like as it comes through. So let's go to the 18Z here. Let's go over to the 18Z, and you can see, like, really starting at around 8 to 9 a.m., we already have that freezing rain starting to pick up over here near Tyler and Shreveport, and then pushing this a little bit further, you can see we get that little piece of energy that moves, or a little piece of snow, I guess you could call it, move into the Oklahoma, Kansas region, also a little bit in there into the Missouri region as well, could pick up some snowfall accumulations there, and then look down here near Little Rock, right above that freezing line, starting to get some heavier snow starting at around 5 p.m. here on the 14th. So this is going to be tomorrow is when, 5 p.m. tomorrow is when this could potentially start. Now, this is just one model, but this just gives us a general view of what's going to happen as these storms come closer. But you can see underneath this snow, it's all freezing rain for the most part, with a small freezing, small mixed precip area where it's going to be rain and like sleet there. But then over in Memphis, 5 p.m. and northern Mississippi as well, moving this even further. You have Little Rock, Memphis, Jonesboro, Cape Girardeau, Evansville, Owensboro, Hopkinsville, Nashville, Jackson, and Memphis, all getting in that snowfall at 8 p.m. there on the 14th, and then moving this into 10 p.m. Looks like Little Rock is just exiting out of that snow, there, and then we got Memphis, Jackson, Jonesboro, Clarksville, Nashville, Murfreesboro, Hopkinsville, all the way up into southern Illinois, southern Indiana, and then also whites are getting spread out through Kentucky as well, near Lexington and Richmond. Even West Virginia could potentially be getting some snow at 10 p.m. tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, looks like some pretty heavy snow starting to fall here in northern Mississippi. I'm really starting to think, at least where I'm going to be targeting for the most snow when I go storm chasing, it's going to be over here in Memphis, near the Memphis region. That's kind of what I am looking for. Hey, Ruth, how you doing? Hopefully you are doing all right. But yeah, so that's at 10 p.m. there. Let's continue to move this through. So this is just the first wave. Look at this. The HRRR has another wave of snow forming after that first wave of snow at on the 15th here at 12 p.m. So maybe another little bout of snow, of some heavier snow in and around the Little Rock area. Another heavier bout of snow for Memphis, Jackson, Clarksville, Nashville, Murfreesboro. Look at here, northern Alabama, for the most part with this model, is staying in that mixed precip or freezing rain. But as this backside comes through, it will eventually get into that snow. I mean, look at this. Widespread snow going all the way from Arkansas all the way into North Carolina there in the mountainous regions. They're near Greensboro. Maybe a heavier strip of snow over here south of Richmond as well. So, a lot of snow. I mean, really, anyone in this little circle here could potentially see some snow out of this storm, according to the HRRR. So, if you live anywhere in this this little circle, or I guess it's, it's definitely not a circle, whatever you want to call that shape. There, you do have a chance to see some snowflakes and possibly some accumulation with the initial stages of the storm. And again, this low pressure system still hasn't even started to move up the coast yet. I mean, it's still kind of hanging out over here, and then HRRR kind of has like almost an apocalyptic scenario here with the freezing rain. I still don't see that happening. I think this is a little overplayed. So, you know, I still think we're looking at around a tenth to a quarter of an inch as of right now. But as we get like real close, that's when we should get some better estimates of how much freezing rain this storm will have. I mean, we're pretty close already, but you know, it's going to be a while that freezing rain is going to be falling. So in order to get like the total picture, it's going to take just a little bit longer, but we're going to look at the numbers just in case. Another model that I wanted to look at, which is pretty interesting. So we do have some disagreement on the snowfall right now, in terms of who's going to be getting it and who's not. And so the NAM kind of does the same thing, starts off with that frozen precip there into Texas. That first wave comes in, starts to bring snow into Memphis, into the Nashville region, and then that snow even pushes into pretty heavily over here near Charleston, Harrisonburg, Washington, Baltimore, moving into Maryland, and eventually Delaware there before it kind of evaporates. And then that moves through, and then there's no second round according to the NAM. It's just this first round, and then that's it. And if that's the case, you know, a lot of folks in northern Mississippi and northern Alabama really won't get much. You know, it'll mainly just be Tennessee that gets some of the higher amounts there. Also over there near Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia there near Washington as well. So as you can see, there is some differences in the models here in who will get it and who will not still. So it's not 100%, but we are getting a better picture. So here is the latest forecast on the snowfall across this region from the local NWS out there, and pushing this all the way through. You can see that we still have a decent amount of snow. I would say it's a little bit of a downtrend over here in Arkansas and a little bit of an uptrend, I would say, in this area. Not too big, but a little bit, especially like for like the Memphis region, you know, maybe northern Mississippi there. So you know, really anywhere in this region could get some. Also, a little bit of an uptrend over here as well for northern Virginia. Potentially could be getting, you know, anywhere from an inch to 2 inches there. Same over here near Baltimore, maybe 2 to 3 inches there. You know, Maryland, Delaware getting in on that. Almost all of New Jersey is in that 2 to 3 inch range there. And then also a little bit of extra snowfall over there near Harrisonburg and Scranton as well. But if we come all the way down here and go over the cities, it looks like Bartlesville and Tulsa, you guys are in that 2% or 2 to 3 inch range. Springfield 2 to 3 inch range. Cape Girardeau 1 to 2 inch range. Evansville and Evansville's in that 1 to 2. Owensboro's 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. Louisville 1 to 2. Lexington 2 to 3. Maybe even getting up into those 4s if we get a little bump up to the north. But I don't think that's really in the books here. Richmond, you know, 2 to 4 inches is going to be possible there. Johnson City 2 to 3 inches. Knoxville potentially 3 to 4, maybe even getting into those 5 inch amounts, with some areas to the south of Knoxville getting up into those 6, maybe even 7 inches of snow. Chattanooga's looking like around 2 to 3 inches. Huntsville looking around 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches if you're lucky. Florence, you know, 1 to 2 there, maybe 3 inches if you're lucky. Tupelo 1 to 2. Greenville 2 to 3. Fort Smith is now, you know, we're still talking a decent amount of snow here for Fort Smith. Rogersville and Fayetteville, kind of the same deal here, 4 to 5 inches. Same with Jonesboro. Clarksville, Nashville, Murfreesboro is in that 4 inch, maybe even getting in those 5 inch range. And then down here near Jackson, you got 5 to 6 inches. Over here near Memphis, you've got 6 to 7 inches. Pine Bluff, Little Rock, kind of in the same deal. And then like kind of the best area to be in, according to the latest forecast here, is over here near Clarendon and Forest City and Mariana. So, you know, a little bit of changes for sure. Does kind of seem like, you know, it did move a little bit further to the south. More with even a little tiny corner here of Georgia could potentially get in on some snowfall, especially over here near Dalton, Georgia there. And yeah, I mean, also looking over here near Missouri, potentially 1 to 2 inches for Sedalia, Jefferson City, there, Rolla, St. Robert, Lebanon, over here near Kansas, 1 to 2 inches for Hutchinson, McPherson, Salina, Emporia, Osage City, Junction City, Manhattan, Topeka, Olif, there, maybe even some snow all the way up in the north, like for 0 to 1 inches for Maryville, Trenton, Clarksville, Moberly, Chillicothe, Wentzville, there. And then maybe some extra snow here for Indiana going into Ohio as well. And yeah, here's the main story, I would say, or not in terms of population impacts, but in terms of very serious and extreme impacts. It's going to be over here near Buffalo. Look at this, with this lake effect snow that's going to be falling over the next 3 days. They could potentially get up into that almost 3 foot snow range over there near Buffalo. So we're talking Towanda, Buffalo, Batavia. Watch out for that. It's going to be very, very heavy snowfall with those 60 to 70 mile per hour winds going to be possible there. Same thing over here near Kingston, Clayton, Fort Drum, Watertown, Adams, Ossawachi, Gouverneur, and Pierre Point. For the rest of everybody else, we're talking about 2 to 3 inches for the rest of the Northeast here, with some higher elevations getting some higher totals there. But also over here near Michigan, still have snow to come. Potentially 9 to 10 inches, maybe some isolated spots near Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Boyne City, and East Jordan, potentially getting over a foot, but everybody else widespread like 7 to 10 inches all the way along the coast, and that is also going to be caused by that lake effect snow. So a lot of snow still to fall for Michigan, not so much in eastern Michigan, unfortunately. And then over here in the Pacific Northwest, as that energy comes down throughout the country here, we're still going to have additional snowfall, really extending all the way from Portland down into Boise, Twin Falls, Idaho City, Rock Springs, Jackson, Rawlins, Cheyenne, Sydney, and Scottsbluff there could all receive an additional 4 to 5, maybe even 6 to 7 inches, depending on where you live in elevation. If you live on the peaks, still some of these areas are forecasted to get up to 4 feet of snow on the peaks there. So a lot of snowfall happening in the United States, and kind of I would say like the biggest story in terms of impacts of population is going to be down here in this area. Now, if we go over to the winter weather, the winter weather impact severity index here, which kind of just shows you, how much snow is going to, or what the snow is going to do to affect your local area. Like, is it, like if 4 or 5 inches of snow happens, hold on, I got to take off the snowfall amounts here. 4 to 5 inches of snow happens. Wait, how do I turn this off? I guess I just switch it to a different model. There we go. We'll just go to here, GFS, and then we'll go to freezing rain. That should clear it out for the most part. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so if you have 4 to 5 inches over here in, let's say, Wisconsin, you wouldn't even see any colors in Wisconsin. It wouldn't impact Wisconsin whatsoever. But 4 to 5 inches down here, we're starting to talk some bigger impacts. So over here near Little Rock and Pine Bluff, we're talking major impacts expected. Dangerous or impossible driving conditions. Avoid travel if possible. Same thing over here in Memphis, Tennessee. The same type of major impacts there. Then we got this orange area here that is going to be moderate impacts. That's going to be for Greenville, Clarksville, South Haven, Corinth, Jackson, Dyersburg, and Paris, and Lawrenceburg. Blytheville, Jonesboro, Newport, Batesville, Conway, Hot Springs Village, Russell, Smith, Stigler, Hope, and Camden. There are in that orange. Also over here near Mountain Home, just to south and east of Mountain, or south and west of Mountain Home, in Leslie, Marshall, Flippin, Gassville, and Bull Shoals. And then also Nashville is expected to get those moderate impacts. What moderate impacts means: hazardous driving conditions. Use caution while driving. Closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur there. And then over here near Knoxville, Lenoir City, and Clinton. And then this yellow here is minor impacts. Minor impacts is essentially winter driving condition. Use caution while driving. I will tell you, for Huntsville, though, yeah, I was about to say, there's a little tiny orange thing here. For Huntsville, just 2 to 3 inches can shut the city down, and it always does. So I was surprised that there wasn't an orange thing there yesterday, but today they have one, mainly in the area of Huntsville. Hazardous driving conditions. Use caution while driving. Do you guys have any school closures yet Type 1 in the chat if you guys have seen school closures yet with this storm. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy storm, guys. I'm telling you, we're not used to this much snow. And every time that we get one of these kind of snowstorms that come through, it always shuts down the southeast. And I mean that literally. You might be saying, Evan, that's a little hyperbolic. How can 4 to 5 inches basically close the southeast? Well, let's say you live up here in Illinois. Maybe you're visiting a friend and you're like, I'm going to travel back down to Montgomery or Jacksonville or even Tampa, and you don't fly, you want to drive, right? And so 4 to 5 inches of snow falls here. We don't have any like routine snow plows that go through this area. So right after that snow falls, if you're driving, you're not making it anywhere. They're just going to close down a lot of these highways as that snow falls. And if you live anywhere up here trying to make it through this band before the plows start to plow, which doesn't happen very often, you probably won't even be able to make it to this anywhere in the southeast unless you fly over it. Now, over here near Kentucky, kind of in this region, that's where I would go if I was trying to make it, down a little bit further, into the southeast. But coming through this area, I just wouldn't do it. It's going to take them forever to clear out that snow. And, after that, even further down south, we could potentially have some icing issues as well, but it won't be too major. Maybe a couple little small impacts from that. But yeah, dangerous day out there. I do want to highlight over here for Michigan as well. We do have some major impacts for Grand Rapids potentially, and they're getting almost like a foot of snow or a little bit higher than a foot of snow there. So you can see how these change as you go into different areas as well. Thank you Ezadin and Larry for subscribing. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. We also have moderate impacts over here north and east of Traverse City going through Muskegon and just to the west of Kalamazoo there. We also have some actual extreme impacts. So even though Buffalo City is good at clearing out the snow very quickly, even 3 feet of snow for Buffalo is just too much. So over there near Tonawanda, Clarence, Elma, Hamburg, and Eden, and then around that, Batavia, Colden, Attica, Pendleton are in those moderate impacts. Major impacts also can be expected over here near Watertown, Fort Drum, Governor, Oswegatchie. I think that's pretty close. And Adams as well. And the Watertown is in those extreme impacts. And speaking of Watertown, this is Watertown. This is Watertown right here. So this is a cam in Watertown. We're expecting extreme impacts. By the time this is all said and done, this cam will probably have about 2 feet of snow on it, maybe even higher than that. So, these little, see these little things sticking up here? Those are about 2 feet tall. Those little posts that are all along the road. If you look on the other side of the road, near that light pole over there, you can see those little kind of things sticking up right next to the curb. Those little green things. Those are about 2 feet tall. And I'll look at it already. We're getting high winds here, high enough to shake this light pole. My goodness. And what I want to see tonight, we might watch this cam a little bit more than we should tonight, because I know a lot of people are going to have forecast questions about their specific areas. But I really want to see if we can see some thunder snow, because we should be able to see it. There's been thunder snow already reported in Buffalo. I think we can find it here in Watertown as well. But yeah, so that brings me over to one more thing that I want to tell you guys here. We're going to be doing something new tonight. Let's see here. Let me just get it set up here really quick. I'm just going to leave it on the cam until I get it set up. I am going to answer questions during the stream, but it's going to be random. I'm not going to go in order. It's just going to be completely random. And then if somebody donates, I'm obviously going to have to answer their questions as well. And then let's see here. I guess I can go here, view your channel. Perfect. Okay. So this is how this is going to go down after the stream. Oops. I don't even have it set up. No. Shoot. Hold on. By the way, if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please like the stream to help us reach more people, to give them this life-saving information. For some, major impacts could be life-threatening. But also, consider hitting that subscribe button. We do these live answers, and we're about to increase our capability here to answer questions all the way around the board here. like where I can almost answer every single one of your questions, is what we're gonna attempt to do at least here tonight. I'm gonna be putting in extra hours on the shift tonight, but yeah, if you come over to my channel right before the stream is over and click on this community button right here, I'm gonna be typing. I'm gonna be also. That's my dog. But yeah, so I'm gonna be typing here and I'm gonna be saying put your zip code down below and your weather question, and then if you go to this community tab and do that, I'm gonna spend most of the night tonight, save my voice, just in general, because doing 2-hour streams, trying to answer, how many people do we got in here? 1,000. Oh my goodness. Yeah, trying to answer 1,000 people's questions is going to make my voice go to crap. So we are going to definitely try to do a typing way here after the stream, but I will try to answer as many questions as possible during, but it's going to be more random, because when I go in row, like if I go in order, then everybody gets like it's only the first people that ask get answered, and not the people after that. And so if I go random, at least it increases the chances a little bit for the people that show up later in the stream. But thank you, Brad, for the $10 donation. I do appreciate that. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Brad. Also, thank you, Tom, Lisa. Oh, Tom again. Wow, 2 Toms subscribing almost simultaneously there. That is impressive. Did you guys coordinate that? Also, thank you, Luigi, Brad, and Joseph, and Nobody for subscribing as well. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this tonight after the stream. So if I don't get to your question tonight, go over to my channel, hit that community tab, and that post will be up. And eventually, as the channel grows, I'm going to have more people, as the channel grows and I can afford people, like to pay people, we're going to have more people help even more in the community tab and answering questions and giving just general answers to your guys' personal questions in your area. It'll remain free. I'm never going to paywall my free forecasts. So it'll just be free there in the community tab. We will do that tonight. We'll check it out. We'll test it out, and if it helps and it helps answer more people's questions, then that'll be good. So let's come over here to the total snowfall amount, because I know that's what everybody's got on their minds. Do that, and then we'll take off these major impacts for now. Or the impact severity. There we go. And then push this all the way through. All right. So let's see here. First question I see is 4264. That is Singapore. Just kidding. It's not showing up here. Maybe try a different one. Will we see thunder snow tomorrow in Connecticut? Probably not. Yeah, we're answering questions, so put your zip codes and everything in cities down below, and I will answer them randomly. I'm not going to be scrolling in chat. Just going to try to give a little bit of a fair chance. Looks like in Newburgh, you're talking about 1 to 2 inches of snow there. All right, next one I see is Eddie Rodriguez, 60. Also, if I see a members one, I'm going to answer those as well. Will Chicago get more snow? We'll look at that after this. Yeah, looks like this person is actually near Chicago. So it looks like Chicago could get another 1 to 2 inches there. Yeah, it looks like you screwed up your your zip code there. Will I come to Nashville and build you a snowman? No. All right, let's see here. Next one is going to be... Oh, yeah, by the way, mods, you don't need to turn on... slow mode. Whiteland, Indiana. That's looking around 1 to 2 inches there for you. I keep on highlighting things on accident. All right, 42764. Yeah, still not popping up. Maybe try city next time. All right, let's see here. 37604 is another one I see. Johnson City. All right, Johnson City, Tennessee. Potentially 2 to 3 inches. Yeah, I would say, yeah, between 2 to 3 inches. Maybe even getting up into the 4 if you're lucky. But I would say, as of right now, I would be expecting 2 to 3 inches. Thank you, Misty Moon Wilderness, for the $4.99 donation. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Misty. All right, let's see here. I saw Dark Matter, so I'm going to answer that one next. So 37090. But mods, what I do want you to do, if we have any here, is to time out people if they spam. So guys, if you spam your zip code more than once or twice, or yeah, if you spam it like 3 times, you will get timed out. You won't get banned, but you will get timed out because you know, you want everybody to kind of have a fair opportunity to put their thing. But yeah, it looks like Lebanon is getting potentially in between 4 to 3 inches there as of the latest forecast. It's in the middle of nowhere in central. Okay, Mount Sherman. Okay. Mount Sherman is getting in between 2 to 4 inches there. It's like you're running that line, so you could either get 2 or 4 inches. Love your vids. Thank you, Dog Boy. I appreciate that. Okay, I saw this one. Topher, 72032. Conway, Arkansas. Looks like you're going to get within that 4 to 4.5 inch range, but it's kind of a skinny little gradient here for you. Maybe 4.5 to even 6 if it gets just a little bit further up to the north there. All right, I saw Tom this time. Tom Bruno. We're here near Grimsley. All right. Yeah, looking like 3 to 4 inches for you. Pretty solidly in that mark. I really don't see that changing around too much unless we get significant shifts in the model. My clock died again? Oh, my goodness. Hate it when that happens. Let's get that back up. Thank you, Danisok, for the $5 donation as well. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Danisok. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bing Bong, Hazy, Yolanda, Real Deal, Dark Matta, and Brandy for subscribing. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Chattanooga. We're almost neighbors. Almost. Yeah, over here near Red Bank, 2 to 4 inches is, well, looks like it's doing the weird thing again. Yeah, 2 to 3 inches is going to be possible there for you in Red Bank. Chicago getting any more? Yeah, I think it was about 2 inches potentially up there in Chicago. All right, I see Memphis. Memphis, you are going to have some moderate impact or major impacts from this storm potentially, so watch out there. We're talking about 6.5, maybe even getting up into those 7-inch range, so watch out there in Memphis. Major impacts for your area are expected, which means almost impossible driving conditions there for you. All right, I see Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hot Springs is going to be getting into that about 5 to 6 inch range there. Don't see that shifted around too much. Maybe a little bit lower than that would be possible, theoretically, at around 4 inches too. All right. Ooh, I see Huntsville. That's also another thing. You know, if you say Huntsville, Alabama, I gotta copy and paste that. All right, Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, looking like you're right around in that 2.5 inch range. Maybe could get surprised with 3 inches, but also, you know, you're kind of close to this line here. And some models also say 0 inches. So I would say in between 0 and 3 inches to expect there near Huntsville. All right, coming back down, random. I see Forward, Tennessee. Forward, Tennessee. We'll put you on the map now. Decatur, Tennessee. Yeah, you're looking about 3 to 4 inches there near Decatur, but I will say kind of the same deal as Huntsville. You're a little bit more safe from that shift, but at the same time, I mean, you're talking like 1 to 4 inches. Maybe a little bit locally higher, but yeah, your range is bigger because you're on the southern side of this, and the southern side has the biggest question marks. Really anywhere from here all the way over to here. Also probably up these mountainous regions near, you know, North Carolina as well. Those are big question marks right now. Chat going a little bit too fast. Yeah, that's why we're doing the random, just to give everybody a fair chance. All right, let's see. Minnesota. It looks like Minnesota is not expected to get any more snow there in St. Cloud for the next 3 days. All right, let's see, 27105. I got you. Oh, North Carolina. Oh man, you're so close to it. I would say most likely 0 inches, but you might get a little surprise. You might get a little surprise and maybe a dusting to an inch. You'll probably see some snowflakes falling out there as well. But as of right now, the model or your local NWS is thinking 0 inches. But I wouldn't say that's going to be the 100% thing that's going to happen. Could get some changes. All right, hold on. Let's take a little break here just for a second. Let's come back over to here where, oh yeah, still have that heavy snow, but you can still see the bricks. Still see the bricks. So looks like we're getting a lot of blowing. Man, look at that light pole. It keeps shaking. So yeah, not only are we expecting heavy snow up here near Watertown, we are also expecting some very gusty winds from this as well. So many zip codes. Yeah, we have just a little, just like 1,000 people in here. So but don't worry, guys. Remember, after the live stream, if I don't get to your questions during the live stream, we're going to be doing that community post. Again, that is over here on my YouTube page. If you click my face, you'll come over to here. You can see the videos. You can see the shorts. You can see the live. But you want to come over here to the community tab, and I will be making a post so that I can, just sit here throughout the night, watch YouTube videos myself, and then also answer whatever questions come in over here. Also, make sure that if you do ask a question to like this post as well, because the more likes a post gets, the more people we can reach and answer their questions. Oh, there's someone skipping the line there. Julie Akers saying 37066 Gallatin, Tennessee, and win. Yes, we'll check that out for you. Gallatin, Tennessee. And looking around 4 to 4.5 inches, maybe in the 5-inch range, are pretty solidly in that. I don't really see that changing around too much. Maybe 3.5 inches on the low side for you. Thank you very much for that $10 donation. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat. All right, so let's see here. Back to the random zip codes. I saw Karma Cat. I keep clicking on the name instead of copying and pasting. There we go. Karma Cat. Let's put that up here. Indonesia. Interesting. Just kidding. Rome, New York. Oh, man. Yeah, you're just to the south there of Watertown. You're definitely got a chance there for snow, looking like around 4 to 5, or, 3 to 4, I would say in between 3 and 5 inches. Might even get a little bit higher than that. You can see the gradient here is so small. So if this shifts, if this has any unexpected southern shifts, which is totally possible with a what's it called? Dang it. Lake effect snow band. You could get up into the 6-inch range, maybe even into the 7-inch range if you get that an unexpected southerly shift a couple times out of that, which is totally in the realm of possibilities. Let's go all the way back down to the south of the chat. All right, I see Reese Cup over there in Ohio. Cambridge. So that's Cambridge over there, looking at around 1 to 2 inches is going to be possible there for you in Cambridge. All right, back all the way down. Watertown is pretty, yeah, it's like we've been watching Watertown like, oh, a train. This is just south of Buffalo, and we have found a train. All of those things right there are everything that you guys have ordered on Amazon coming your way, or all your returns from Christmas. Cabot, Arkansas from Shannon. Thank you very much for that $2 donation. Let me go ahead and get you up there on the map here. Cabot, Arkansas. Oh yeah, you're in that. You're in the major impact region here, so you definitely need to be preparing as this comes through. You want a way to stay warm if the power goes out. Power shouldn't go out, but you definitely want a way to stay hydrated. Keep those pipes nice and warm because as the colder air comes in on the backside of this, could get some. Well, that's going to be for everybody, really. But yeah, just there to the near in cab, it definitely want to prepare for that. Talking about 6-7 inches. Major impacts to be expected. All right, Henny, that is the definition of spamming. I noticed, you know, it's crazy. I noticed your first message, and I was just about to answer your question, but then you had to spam. We'll do a 5-minute timeout for you. Thank you, Ron Yancey, for the gifted membership. Okay, I see Caleb. Let me do that real quick. Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, looking like you're going to be in that 5 to 6 inch range. But yeah, thank you, Ron, for gifting that membership. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat. And also Liz from Atlanta with $5. Adeline's snow expected for Adeline's in Atlanta. Let me see if that pops up on here. Georgia. No, it's not popping up. So we'll do Atlanta. I don't think you guys are going to get anything. Pretty sure about that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you guys probably won't even see snowflakes. You might get some sprinkles of rain out of this, but that's about it, unfortunately. Sorry, Liz. All right, looking back down. Okay. Utica, New York. Utica is getting, looks like in between 2 to 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches there. You know, depending if you get some unexpected shifts down to the south, you could even get to that 4-inch range over the next 3 days up there. Kingsport, Tennessee. Yeah, we'll look at that for you. Kingsport, Tennessee is looking pretty good, looking like that 4-inch range, but you are kind of on that weird spot. So I would give you a wider range here between like 2 to 4 inches, maybe locally higher. But there's totally, you know, there's also a very low chance probability here of you getting 0, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but because you're kind of on that southern line. Thank you, Brad Holt, for becoming a member, or for being a member for 1 month. Thank you very much. No problem, Brad. Thank you for being a member. All right, Big Rapids, Michigan. Let's see here. 49332. Oh, that's not right. Let me put the 4 in there. Singapore. 49322. Michigan. Oh yeah, you're over here. I would say anywhere from 4 to 6 inches is going to be possible for you there. All right. Let's see here. I saw Kingsport. Hey, Killis, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing all right. Kingsport is looking like 4 to 5 inches there. Is the GFS? No, this is the National Forecast Database. This is what your local NWS thinks will fall in your area. They have a better knowledge of the microclimates out there. So I usually like to look at these when answering snowfall questions. Little Rock, Arkansas. I see you there. Grant. Little Rock, Arkansas, looking like you're going to be in that 6 to 7 inch range there. There's a little glitch there. You see that glitch? There, right there. 60 inches of snow for you. I'm just kidding. It's reading the letters as snow. 21 inches. That's interesting. But no, 6 to 7 inches for you. Major impacts. Nearly impossible to drive around. It's going to be your situation if you actually do end up getting that much snowfall there. Let's see here. Danville, Arkansas. Oh, let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Danville, Arkansas. Yeah, looks like that's going to be around 4 to 5 inches there for Danville. Really don't see that shifting around too much. And though some models are kind of less bullish in this area, so I will say there is a little bit of a question mark here. You know, some models have this area specifically, you know, sitting at around that like 2-inch range, maybe even smaller. So, you know, there is a little bit of leeway according to some models. But, you know, the averages are what we're seeing here on the map here. All right, let's see here. Africa, I saw first. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Holly Schultz with a 30165. Rome, Georgia. Yeah, it looks like you're just south of the snow line, but there's a small chance you might see some snowflakes. It's small, but it's not impossible. Not impossible. You might see some snowflakes. Most likely won't see any accumulation, though. All right, I saw Schuler. Schuler. Has anybody seen Schuler? All right, Schuler, Arkansas. All right, it's not AK, it's AR. That is your abbreviation there. Oh yeah, you're on that southern line, my friend. So you know anything in between 0 and 2 inches is going to be possible for you there. Maybe a little bit more depending on where that freezing line sets up, but I would say a realistic expectation would be somewhere between like 0 and 2 inches. All right, going all the way back down. Martinsburg, West Virginia. That's what I saw. Or TJA. Let's go up there and check it out. Martinsburg. Yeah, it's looking like in between 0 and 1 inches for you there. Waving a hand at you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what you guys should do? If anybody is watching from Watertown, come over here. Looks like the snow has kind of calmed down for a little bit. Yeah, if you live in Watertown, come out to this webcam here and wave to everybody. You would be waving to 1,100 people. That's crazy that we have 1,100 people in chat right now. Hey, thank you, Kat, for the $5 donation. Say Lovettsville, Virginia. Yeah, we'll look at that for you real quick. Thank you very much for that. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Kat. Thank you very much. Yeah, in between Brunswick and Purcellville, it's looking right around that 1.5 inch range. But, you know, there's probably some scenarios where you get nothing and some scenarios where it's a little bit above that. So, you know, but I would say, you know, in between 1 to 2 inches is about the range you should be expecting there. Fortunately, probably not enough to build a snowman. Thank you, RG5, for being a member for 5 months. I do appreciate that. Yeah, no problem, RG5. Thank you for, you know, sticking around all the way since the beginning. I do appreciate that. You've been around for a while. Also, thank you, Hyde, Amanda, Adam, J. Joe, Paul, and the One-Armed Bandit for subscribing as well. And thank you, Mir, for the $2 donation as well. Thank you, guys. You guys are being very generous today. So let's see here. I saw Baltimore. Baltimore, Maryland. Is that right? Miran Habibi? All right, we'll just do Baltimore. I don't know why that popped up with that zip code. There we go. Baltimore, yeah, looking kind of, yeah, looking like right between that 1 to 2 to 3 inch range. So I would say 1 to 3 inches is going to be possible there for you in Baltimore. Hopefully that ends up panning out. But, you know, if you guys live in Virginia too, might be getting some snow there as well. Pretty widespread. You know, probably, believe it or not, even though it's just 1 to 2 inches, this is the biggest and most widespread snow that we have seen for the majority of Virginia this year. Same thing over here near New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland, like southern Maryland. So hopefully that really does pan out just like this for you guys there, because I know you guys have been very snow deprived. So even 1 to 2 inches, you'll probably be somewhat satiated. Probably not too much, but somewhat. No slow mode. We're doing random. Lauren Robinson, I see you there. All right, Nashville, Tennessee, looking like you are still in that 3 to 4, with maybe a small chance of getting above that. You're kind of smack dab in the middle of this thing, so I have high confidence of that 3 to 4 inch snow amount, and potentially even higher. Hope their pipes don't freeze. Me too. Let's see here. Thank you, Hunter Garrett, for the $2 donation. Looking to get some info on West Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah, we can check that out for you. It looks like Hartford is sitting around that 1 to 2 inch range, maybe, you know, small chance to get up into those 3 inches, but it seems pretty set. At least the models today are seeming pretty set on a widespread area here, around 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches there. All right. Some of your comments aren't going through. Weird. Yeah, that might be because of how many people are chatting. I don't know. So hoping to get a bit more than downtown. Hoping so. Yeah, if you live in, like, again, keep in mind here, guys, if you live in higher elevations, you're probably going to get more snow. So like, say, you say Nashville, we're talking about Nashville, but you live in like a little mountain near Nashville, you'll probably get higher amounts. These snowfall totals aren't that high resolution to where they're going to be getting all the peaks there. All right, coming back down. I subscribe to you because you did my area. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like a little trade. All right, I see. I saw this one first, so I'm going to do this one. 20852. All right, 20852. That's Rockville, Maryland. That's just to the south of Germantown near Rockville. Looking like around 1 to 2 inches is going to be possible for your area there. Let's see here. I saw Huntsville, but we've already done Huntsville today. So I'll try to give someone else a chance. If you still have questions about Huntsville after the stream, don't worry. We will be answering questions on the community tab after the stream is over. Yeah, it looks like Prestonburg is sitting right around that 3 to 4, 5-inch range there, because you're kind of on that northern side. So if it shifts a little bit further south, you might be more like 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 inches. And then if you shift a little bit to the north, you could actually get into that 4.5, maybe even 5-inch range. All right. Thank you, Samuel, for being a member for 5 months. Almost 6 months of membership. Yes, Cornelia, Georgia. I got you. Cornelia, Georgia is too far south to see snow accumulation, but I wouldn't rule out seeing flakes. Keep your eyes out for those flakes. We get a little bit of a sudden southern shift out of this storm. Could maybe see some flakes out of it still. But unfortunately, you are not forecasted right now to get any accumulations. Okay, just making sure I'm not missing any member. All right, let's see here. 43219, Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, we'll check that out for you. Yeah, looking like Columbus, Ohio is going to be in that 0 to 1 inch range there. So, it's snow. I would expect mainly snowflakes, but given how cold the ground is out there, pretty much anything that falls is going to... What the heck? Was that a truck on the railroad? What was that truck doing on the railroad? I didn't even know that was possible. Why is he... I'm so confused. Can someone that knows more about trains than I do explain to me what we just saw there? But how is it on the railroad? Can they, like, put train wheels on a truck? I am confused. Thank you, Oscar and Rocket City River. Oh, Rocket City. That's our RVer. That's from that's Huntsville. Thank you for subscribing. Trucks are for repairs. Oh, they have small rail wheel. Okay. I was about to say, is that truck just driving on the railroad with just tires on? I was so confused. Oh my goodness. All right, let's come over. Let's come over to here. Check out Watertown. Oh, looks like that snow is picking back up. Man, still not getting the little sidewalk covered just yet. I think I want to stay live until that sidewalk covers, because it'll happen eventually. I am a train noob. I have never seen that in my life. We have trains in Alabama, but they're the old kind of trains. Hello, Vince's YouTube channel. Hello. Thank you, Edward. Hopefully we've helped you with some weather safety information. All right. Well, I'm just taking a little break. It gets a little exhausting answering all those questions, so just taking a little bit of a break to look at the webcams here. I do want to see here if one of my buddies, is making their way to Buffalo to chase the lake effect snow, and I want to see. I could get Connor's stream up if I wanted to. Oops, I didn't mean to come over here. Come over to here while I search for that. I could get Connor's stream, but I have to... I don't know if it's worth it, because I'm only going to be using it for about an hour. Let me see what Storm Runner Media is up to. Storm Runner Media. Yeah, they're gonna be live at 8. So we might. I'll you know what? I'll probably stay live until 8 o'clock just so we can see what's happening there in Buffalo. Yeah, Connor's an awesome chaser and an awesome streamer. Well, let me drink some water, and we're gonna get right back into those zip codes. See how much just one night of good sleep gets? Like, I recover pretty quickly. As long as I get a nice little 9 to 10 hours of sleep after a busy streaming schedule. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. We're back. All right, first one I saw was Washington, Pennsylvania. That's 15300. Let's go check it out. I didn't even know there was a Washington in Pennsylvania. Yeah, looking like 2 to 3 inches there for you in that region. Let's see. The next one I see is Pinson, Alabama. Pinson, Alabama. Oh, looks like you're just to the south of that snow line. Maybe some mixed precip. You could get some sleet down there, potentially. But it should be like dying off as it comes into this area. But there's still a chance. So, you know, maybe also some snowflakes could be mixed in with that. All right, coming back down. All right, Henny. I saw you only put one there. You didn't. Oop, that's the wrong country. Kentucky. So yeah, looking around 2 inches for you, maybe getting 3 inches if you're lucky, but you're also in that kind of area where you could be getting a lot less than that. So I would say, you know, around 1 to 3 inches is going to be possible there for you. All right, triple. Never eat yellow or brown snow. Yes, do not do that. Especially, like, yellow snow is bad, but I would argue brown snow is significantly worse. Yeah. So yeah, looking like around 4 to 5 inches there for you. There as the latest forecast. Let's see here. Next one I see is New Market, Tennessee. Yeah, looking like New Market's going to be right around that 4 to 5 inch range as well. Six inches for Nashville. I don't know where you heard that from. I'm talking about 4 to 5 inches really for Nashville, like 4 to 4.5, but you could potentially get more. I do think Nashville is in that kind of region where you guys, you know, should expect, you know, right around that 4-inch mark, but there are some scenarios where you get up into like the 6-7 inches. So, you know, it could be pretty impactful. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the models do as we get right up on this event, or what just actually happens when it happens. I will be snow chasing this event too. So, you know, if you guys want eyes on the ground, we will be going live on this channel to chase the snow, probably either starting tomorrow or the next day. Let's see here. I see Woodstock, New York, 12477. Socrates. Yeah, looking right around that 2-inch range there. Don't really see that changing around too much. I see Richmond, Virginia. Been wondering, we've had a unique lack of Richmond or Virginians here. Yeah, you're on that southern line. So, you know, big question mark for you there. But it's looking like between 0 and 1 inches. Might even get up into the 1.5 inch range there. In Richmond. I see Kohlerville, 38017. Yeah, looking like you're in that 5 to 6 inch range there in Kohlerville. Yeah, I live in northern Alabama, in Madison County. Let's see here. Sherwood, Arkansas. Okay. Brett. It is AR, not AK. Obviously, I mean, who remembers their abbreviation for their state? But just in case you ever use it again, especially when you're asking for weather information, just put AR, because just when I copy and paste it, it helps a lot in terms of finding it. But I already know that a lot of people call Arkansas AK anyway, so it's really not a big deal. But just so you know in the future. Yeah, it looks like you're in that, 6 to potentially 7 inch range there near Little Rock. Yeah, AK is Alaska, yeah. Oh, thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Hey guys, don't get mad at him. I mean, come on. Who memorizes their state's abbreviation? Who's got time for all that? All right. Looks like over here near Mount Pleasant, it looks like around 2 to 3 inches is going to be possible. Maybe getting up into that 4 or like 3.5, 4-inch range there. So, you know, you are kind of on that weird spot, but you're almost locked in that 2 to 4-inch range. Almost. I mean, really would need a significant shift in the models to take you out of that range. All right. Alabama Roll Tide. Ooh, yeah, about that. I'm just kidding. I don't watch football, like, at all. So, all I do is weather. I don't got time for football. I used to play football, though, when I was younger. I was actually quite good, believe it or not. Until, like, everybody grew up faster than me, and I remained small. And then that's when my football career ended. But I did play kicker my last year. Let's see here. Near Hopkinsville, looking like 3 to 4 inches there near Hopkinsville. And that was really unfortunate. Like, not having a growth spurt until, like, my junior year. Everybody else is hitting, like, 6 foot. I think I was, like, 5'2" going in my freshman year of high school. And it took me until way later. So over here near Craigsville, looking like that 4 to 5 inch range there. It took me to get until my junior year, and now I'm 6 foot. But it took me until my junior year to really get up into that 5'8", 5'9", which is not a very good size if you want to be a football player. I see Westmoreland, Tennessee. Westmoreland, looking like 4 to 5 inches there. See a member question. Ohio. Yeah, looking right around that 1 to 2 inch range for you there. I see another member question. Christy. 40165. Shepherdsville, yeah, around 1 to 2 inches there as well, but you're kind of on that line where, well, you're probably pretty good there with that 1 to 2 inch range. You know, if we get a little bit of a northerly shift, could potentially get up into the 4-inch range, but you know, still a little bit of uncertainty there for your area. I've already answered multiple questions from you, Jalad. Ponderosa for Huntsville. All right. Got a neighbor here. Yeah, looking like in between that 2 to that 2-inch range. I would say, you know, 0 to 2 inches. That's what you should expect. There are some scenarios where you get way more than that, like 4 inches, and some scenarios where you get less than 0 inches, like where you're sending snow to, or you're like, they're like, how do I even explain? Oh yeah, well, the ice in your freezer melts. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, around 2 inches is expected there, but it's pretty variable. It's pretty variable because the southern part has got a lot of question marks about it. Let's see here. Thank you. Let's see here. Chuharton, Tushy or Tushy, sorry. Pudge, Apolly, 3 4s, and Nina Tennessee fan for subscribing. I appreciate that. And don't worry, guys. We're answering as many questions as we can randomly during this live stream, and members' questions, of course. You know, after it, we're going to be doing that community post. So just because you don't get your questions answered right now doesn't mean you're not ever going to get them answered. I'm going to spend a lot of time after this stream just responding to you guys on the community post. And just for the new peeps that are here, you'll probably have to be subscribed to see it when I do a community post. But right here, there's community posts, and I will do it live when I make it and post it, just so you guys know. But you come over, you click on my name underneath the video, you go over to the community tab, click that, and then that's where you can get like little updates from me or pictures from my dog. And yeah, and that's also where we're going to start to answer questions after streams, because I'll tell you what, we are just growing too fast and too large to really just be able to answer everybody's questions while live. It's just physically impossible. My voice can't handle it. My lips get all tired and dry. It turns into a mess pretty quickly. But But yeah, so doing that, that'll allow us to answer more of your questions, even if we can't get to them during the stream. I'm going to take a small little break here, come back over to the cams, drink some water. Thank you, James and Triple, for subscribing. I appreciate that. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, or like the stream, consider liking the stream, because this will help us reach more people with this important snow information. And also consider subscribing, because as of right now, we are the only YouTube channel, the first YouTube channel to ever do the community post answering. I'm really going to build that out to where we can have at least like 5-6 people that can be helping me answer everybody's questions in the community tab. And it'll just kind of be like something, it'll be part of the channel as the channel grows and we get more comments under the community posts. We'll grow the infrastructure that is responsible for answering those questions as well. All right. Whoa! That escalated quickly. My goodness. I thought we came over here and I was like, well, this is kind of boring. I just looked back and there was some big time snow coming through there. This is in Watertown, where we're getting the beginning here of that lake effect snow. I'm really hoping we can just come over to this cam every now and then and still catch some thunder snow. But yeah, that is definitely gusting. I mean, you can see that light pole shake every now and then. Me too, Mindy. Me too. We put a lot of work in this channel, and we've been live so many times trying to cover everything. I'm just glad people are coming around and discovering it, because you guys are in a good place. I'll tell you what, we do absolutely crazy things sometimes on this channel, try to keep you guys safe as possible, like 16-hour streams. Like, we do a lot. Hey, thank you, Christy, for the $25 Venmo donation. Just checking to make sure you didn't have a message in there. You did not. Thank you, Brett, for the $5 donation as well. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Brett and Christy. Let's see. Appreciate the info for your little bro in Sherwood, Arkansas, and for helping me with the state abbreviation. My bro's in the Air Force, so I'll try to look out. Hey, thank you. Yeah. If your bro's in the Air Force, I'll send you a message if I ever need, like, an airstrike or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a nice little town. It kind of sucks, though, because they're about to get major impacts from this storm. Like, again, 2 feet are expected here by the time this is all said and done. All right. We're going back to the map. Going back to the map. Let's see who's going to be the first one. Who's going to be the first one to put their zip code? Well, Memphis, Tennessee. There we go. Memphis, Tennessee will not have a blizzard. No. All right. 44333. Fairlawn, Ohio. Looking like you're in that 2, maybe getting close to the 3-inch lane, around 2 to 2.5, but it's a little bit variable. Maybe even might get, down in the 1.5 range. So I would expect 1 to 3 inches there for you. All right, here we go. Richard Myers, 20650, Leonardtown, Maryland. Yeah, looking like you guys are, kind of on that line there of 0 and 1 inch. 0 and 1 inch, so not a whole lot for you there, unfortunately. Temperatures dropping fast. Oh, yeah, those temperatures are really going to get cold here for pretty much the entire country. Everybody's just going to feel a little bit colder than usual. Over here in Gadsden, Alabama, again, maybe some mixed precip still as it gets to you, so you might see some sleet or maybe even some snowflakes. We're really not expecting too much accumulation for you unless we get a big shift to the south, which might still be in the realm of possibilities. Again, even though we're really close to this date and the models are getting more accurate, we'll still see a couple more last-minute shifts before we get there, which is why I put caveats on different parts of the snow band. All right, 385 are Rocky Smith. Let's see, Rocky Smith, that's Jamestown there. Yeah, looking right around that 4-inch range, maybe getting up in that 4.5, 5-inch range, and that's pretty secure there. That shouldn't change too significantly as we get closer. Ms. Mary, saw your question. Let's see it. Rocky Top here. Yeah, looking like you're right around that same area, around that 4 or 5-inch range, and pretty secure there as well. Gemma Acosta. Oops. Let's see here. Yeah, they're looking like around that 2.5-inch range. I don't really see that changing too much either. Selmer, Tennessee. Wind chill advisories and warnings have been issued for several states. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty serious. I mean, with those kind of wind chills, I mean, we're talking like deep into the negatives in terms of some wind chills that are coming with this Arctic and Canadian blast that's coming into the United States. I mean, like if you get caught outside or your car runs out of gas and you have no heat in your car, you will die. That's how dangerous the cold is. It's just like you're not going to be able to you call 911 immediately because you got little time if that happens to you. I would suggest just not driving it at all if you're in those really extreme negative temperatures. Super dangerous. And if you live further down in the south, the 17th, especially in this region, it's when it's going to be our coldest. And just be preparing your houses, start those preparations to keep those pipes from bursting now. So by the time it comes, as we can get down into single digits, and with the wind chill, maybe even get into the negatives as we get into the 17th. Yeah, Selmer's looking like 4.5 inches there. Thank you, JDV and Ken, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Let's see. 37005 from Jailbroke Spirit. Let's check it out for you. Dixon, Tennessee. Yeah, you're looking right around that 4.5, maybe if you're lucky, 6 or 5 inches. Sorry. And yeah, you're pretty secure in the center of that line there. So I don't see that changing too significantly. Yeah, flashlight batteries, extra food, extra water, because people are going to be using their electricity like crazy. Once that cold comes, everybody's going to have the heat on, and so power outages could be possible even without wind with this cool down. So last time we had a big cool down like this, bunch of pipes burst. My pipes burst on my house, and my house is actually still going through renovation since the last December. I still haven't been able to move back in. Been living with my parents for like the past year because my house has been it took them forever because so many people, they lost, like this is how important it is because a lot of people, they can, have their pipes burst all at the same time. So the insurance company gets stretched thin and they can take them forever. Like my house flooded and it took them 3 months to just remedy the water damage. So mold started growing and that just spread throughout the entire house by the time they got there. And I had to completely rebuild the inside of my house, like everything, which is just a whole insurance mess. So please prepare your pipes now, or turn into me. Southern Alabama, we're ready. Good. Struggle is real. It is. Luckily, my parents are there to help when times get that rough. Let's see here. Yeah, you're looking at around 4.5 inches of snow there for your region. Well ventilated, yeah. 38606. Batesville. Yeah, looking like right around that 2 to 4, or yeah, I would say around 2 to 4 inches are gonna be possible there for you. Riley McCauley says, why does that last name sound familiar? If you're from Alabama, I might know your brother. Colton McCauley? No. Chandler? I don't know. Nicole, I don't know how common of a last name that is, so I could just be absolutely spitballing here, but let's see. Where are these super cold temperatures going to be? Just want to make sure. That's a good question. Let's take a break from the snow real quick, and let's just touch on the latest data here on those cooler temperatures, just real quick. Let's come over to the temperatures here. So as you can see today, it wasn't too bad. You know, it actually got up there a little bit warmer than it, than cold. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I still had to wear like a jacket today, but at least in northern Alabama. But yeah, so we, where's the temperature things aren't showing up. There they are. Okay. So yeah, so that Arctic air is already pulling into the country here, and we're talking, you know, negatives all the way from Montana down into Kansas, into Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Minnesota, South and North Dakota there, and Nebraska on the 14th at 6 a.m. And then coming into the morning hours of the 15th, they're kind of sitting in the same areas, not nearly as bad. But if we push it forward all the way into the 17th, you can see those cooler temperatures start to work their way further down into south. Like up here in the north, you guys have better infrastructure for this cold, and you guys have better, you know, just knowledge of it. But the newbies down here in the south that haven't had a cold blast like this aren't. I mean, we could be talking, you know, negative degree temperatures and, you know, like negative 5-degree temperatures. These aren't feels like. This isn't factoring in the wind chill at all. Just south of Memphis there, and then also going into northern Alabama could be in the single digits with a little bit of wind chill. You're in the negatives there, and yeah, kind of a large region here on the 17th and then like up here as well, and then over here near West Virginia, and then really, I mean, look at this, below freezing all the way down into like Destin. You know, almost into Apalachicola there. Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston getting into those 20s as well. So, you know, a large spread area of really cold temperatures for really everybody on the eastern side of the United States and over. So definitely want to be preparing your houses just to be able to make sure that they can make it through those pipes bursting. Let's come back over to here to the snow totals. Knoxville, Tennessee, looking like around 4 to 5 inches there. All right, we're gonna take another small break. It's like those windy conditions are really picking up here on this cam. This is near Lake Erie. See, that snow is just, the snow's not falling, it's flying by. And we'll get back to the zip codes in just a sec. I'm just taking a small break, drinking some water, and admiring the snow event that's happening in New York. Wow, so windy here. Look at those. Look at that light pole. That's not an earthquake, folks. That's the wind. Yeah, up here, look at that. They have like snow plows that are just constantly going. Their infrastructure here is, wow, that was a big gust there. That was probably close to a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. This camera, you know, sometimes with traffic cameras, they'll shake in like 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but this one is securely bolted onto the pole it's on. So it takes a really strong wind gust to shake this camera. Is that the cold? Yes, where the football game is, yeah. So this is Watertown, and this one over here is near Buffalo. Yeah, it looks like in about 12 minutes, my buddy that Storm chases, Storm Runner Media, Garrett, and DL Scales, looks like they're about to be live here in about 11 minutes. So we will have a Storm Chaser on the ground for a little bit for the remainder of the live stream. I'll probably call it quits at 2 hours, which will be at 8:30. Thank you, Jamie, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Don't worry, guys. We'll get back into the zip codes here shortly. I'm just taking a small break. I find it interesting. I really don't think a lot of people understand like how exhausting it is to talk this much. Has anybody ever like talked a lot before? Like for a long period of time? Like constantly? Maybe if you've ever done like customer service, like with the phones before, you might be able to relate a little bit. It gets pretty exhausting. So I need to take breaks every now and then. And at least we're not taking boring breaks. We got stuff to look at. I like this cam better though. Oh my gosh. Can't stream for longer than 2 hours. Yeah, that's hard. Getting past that 2-hour mark the first time is pretty hard. But now I'm up to being able to do 16 hours. I've done a 24-hour stream before, but those ones are so hard to do, man. I get so tired nowadays. I'm just getting older. And the older I get, the harder it is. It's not even like my voice gives up. It's just the, like, I just get too tired and like I hit a wall. Yeah, engaging and thinking too. Like, especially when doing like live radar analysis. Like, I do all the production. No one's controlling the screen here other than myself. So all the production, finding webcams, all that kind of stuff, monitoring the radar, finding rotations, the snow, all that kind of stuff, I do by myself. So that adds to it. Mental exhaustion is part of it. And I think that might be another reason why it's been getting harder to do longer streams as I grow more, because I have been adding a lot of different dynamics to my weather broadcasts. Yeah, they postponed the game in Buffalo. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they would have played that game, it's going to be like -degree temperatures with the wind chill. If they would have played that game, like, they probably would have had players in the hospital, like, with frostbite. It's going to be that cold. Like, they would have had to been wearing like ski jackets and ski pants, which would have been wild. Yeah, it was really dangerous. I mean, you probably could have even gotten a death out of that, to be honest. I'm really glad they're not playing in that temperature. Can you imagine getting a zinger, like, you know, someone flicking your ear? Like, even just getting an ear flick in negative temperatures hurts. But, you know, getting hit like with a helmet and like your funny bone or something like that, or, you know, jamming your finger in -degree temperatures. Oh my gosh. No, no, thank you. All right, coming back over to the radar, answer more questions. All right. Who's the first one? I see Davey. Davey over here near Milan. Yeah, looking like you're going to be right in that 4 to 5 inch snow, maybe a little bit higher than that, but I would say, just for expectation's sake, I would say 4 to 5 inches for you there. Why does it hurt more when it's cold? I think it has something to do with the lack of blood flow. It's only the areas that that don't get prioritized by your heart. So like your tips of your fingers and your ears, those are the areas where it hurts the most. Okay, I see a member question. It still baffles me that you asked me, Mr. Top Fan, don't you have Radar Omega? Or are you just being lazy? You're looking around 2 to 3 inches there. All right, champion. Oh yeah, looks like you guys are going to be in around that 5 to 6 inch mark there near Champion, Pennsylvania. All right, I see RG's had. Yeah, chat keeps moving. I'm trying to copy and paste it. Hold on. Columbus, Mississippi. Oh yeah, you are like right on that line. So, you know, you could get some freezing rain for sure, maybe a small accumulation of that. But you know, snowflakes are possible. But you would need to shift to the south on the models in order to get you into that snowfall accumulation. But right now, it's looking like 0 inches for you. Lazy, I feel you. How to show a future forecast? Yeah, it could require a higher priced subscription, but if you want to, if you have Radar Omega, you have to come over to this little panel here, go to models, and just pick one. I would look at multiple ones. All right, I see cool weather maps 19312. Bruin, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's looking right around that 2-inch mark for snow there. And you're pretty safe there, I think, with that snowfall amount. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. See, Thrifty and Teaker. I love thrift stores. Myself as well. Almost all of my clothes are from thrift stores or secondhand. I love unclaimed baggage. If y'all ever visit Northern Alabama, go to Scottsboro, go to unclaimed baggage. That's like a thrift store on steroids. Yeah, looking like that 2 to 3 inch zone there for you there. Toasty Boy with the 25661. Yeah, looking right around that 4 to 5 inch zone. Oh, you own a thrift store. That's cool. Is it one of those ones with the puppers in it? I love those because then you get to go pet the puppers. That's where I got Chaz at a thrift store that was also like a dog pound thing. Looks like around 3 to 4 inches are going to be possible there for Athens, Tennessee. Yes, unclaimed baggage is unbeatable. Even if you don't live in Alabama, go over to unclaimed baggage. Come visit. It's awesome. They literally even have electronics. It's like new electronics and stuff. Basically, what they do, yeah, it's looking around 2 inches for you there in DeKalb, but you could also get like 0 out of the storm. If you get just a little tiny shift, it's really going to significantly affect your snow impacts. But yeah, essentially what unclaimed baggage does is kind of how it sounds. You know, they like when people leave their baggage or their baggage gets lost in the airports and nobody claims it for a while, it gets sold to unclaimed baggage at a really low price. So they can get anything, like from the newest phones to the newest shoes, clothes, jewelry, really anything that is left in those baggage, that in the baggage they can get, and then they resell it for a huge discount. Like I got a really nice North Face jacket for like $20. And it was like almost brand new. It's crazy. I don't know how many unclaimed baggages there are, but I think there's just one, if I'm correct. Yeah, over here near Little Rock, it looks like you're in that 6 to 7 inch range there. Maybe you could even get up into that 8-inch range. But again, you know, over here in Arkansas, we got big question marks over here still. I do want to put that caveat there. Still big question marks here. Not all models show this much snow. Some show a lot less. So I just want to say that. You know, if you somehow get a lot less than 6 to 7 inches, just know that that was always kind of in the realm of possibilities. But, you know, when you average everything out, that's what you could expect there. Thank you, Tamika, John, and Hard Luck for that, or for subscribing. I appreciate it. 243, that's Randy. Fancy Gap. That's a cool that's a fancy town name. Yeah, you're looking right around that 1 to 2 inch mark there. Near Fancy Gap. No problem, Brad. I have found, before I you know, started this channel, I used to buy and sell gold and silver, and I would mainly find that gold and silver in thrift stores, in estate sales, and in other places. You can, like, I found a $300 ring once in a thrift store. It was gold, 14 karat gold with like rubies and sapphires on it. It's crazy. And I bought it for $5. They can have little hidden gems in there. Let's see here. Just south of Henderson here, looks like you can expect between in that 4 to 5 inch range, but I would say most likely around that 4-inch range. And it was literally a steal. I felt like a thief after I paid that price. 37644. Yeah, I got you. Kingsport, Tennessee. You're looking right around that 4-inch range. You're kind of on that weird spot though, where you could probably get a lot less. So I would say like in between 2 to 4 inches for you. Maybe a surprise of higher if we get a little southern shift. Frankfort, Kentucky. Oops. Oh, that's not what I meant to copy. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, Frankfurt's right around that 2-inch mark. Could be like in between like 1 to 2 inches there. Maybe a little bit higher could be possible there. By the way, huge shout out to the mods. You guys are doing a wonderful job handling this many people. Erev, Mr. Top Fan, Blondie, you guys are awesome. Everybody put hearts in the chat for them. They are doing an amazing job keeping the spammers at bay. Over here near Greenbrier, looking around like 4 to 5 inches is going to be possible. Most likely around that 4-inch range. Maybe could go a little bit less than that because you're kind of closer to those 3 and 2-inch marks there. So just keep that in mind. Magnets. If it's not magnetic, it's possible that it's not silver or gold. That's my only tip I'll give. That's the only secret I'll give out. Magnets. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but... All right, let's see here. Grant County area in Arkansas. I think I have to type that in. Let's see. Arkansas. There we go. It looks like Grant County is right around that 5 to 6 inch range. So, you know, again, the caveat is some models have been showing a lot less in this region. So things could change. I would say they could change pretty significantly over here in Arkansas still. But, you know, soon we'll be able to lock it in. How many chicken wings will you have? Let me check. Looking right around those 2 chicken wings. 1 to 1.5 chicken wings. Maybe if you're lucky getting in those 2 chicken wings. All right, let's see here. Hello from Colorado. Hello. Athens, Tennessee. Check for you. Is it 8 o'clock yet? It is 8. Oh, they haven't gone live yet. All right. Athens, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, we already did that. Yeah, right around in that 3 to 4. Maybe if you're lucky, 4.5 inches there. But you're on that southern side here. So this 4-inch, is not secure. Not secure at all. You could potentially get in the 2-inch. Heck, if we get a crazy model change here, you could get into the 1-inch. So I would expect 1 to 4 inches, 5 inches if you're lucky, and 0 inches if you're just the most unlucky person on the planet Earth. Hopefully that's not the case. Monroe, Louisiana. Yeah, you're right on that snow line there. Very close, but no cigar. But, you know, things can shift around. You might get a dusting of snow. You will probably see some snowflakes. But you know, freezing rain and sleet is probably your most likely scenario. Owensboro, Kentucky. Yeah, looking right around that 2-inch range, probably like 1.5 to 2 inches of snow there is possible for you. All right, we're gonna take a little break again. A little bit heavier snow on this cam. Yeah, this snow is not gonna fall like straight down. Most of it is just gonna be going sideways. Most of it's gonna be going sideways. It's not even really falling. Like some of these snowflakes probably, wow, that was a big gust of wind there. Most of these snowflakes probably barely ever hit the ground. They probably go down and up and down and up and down and up for a while before they eventually actually hit the ground. He still hasn't gone live yet. I know they're both sick. So I'm not sure if they're actually going to go live today or not. They might cancel it. I don't know. But they were supposed to go live at 8, which is 4 minutes ago. So. I don't know what's going on. I don't have any updates. I guess I could text them. Let me text them real quick. See what they're up to. Man, that's a lot of snow. there. And again, this is south of Buffalo, kind of just to the north of Lake Erie, or Erie, Pennsylvania. Let's see here. Y'all still going live? Another thing could be that they're trying to go live, but they don't have enough service right now to go live, because they're probably still on their way there, most likely. Let's come back over to here. Oh, wow, this cam is now more active than the Watertown one. You seen them as much as a half an hour late? Yeah. I mean, when you're a storm chaser, you have to, like, especially with their kind of setup, they have to activate it on the road. So I would say the most likely scenario is that they are, is that they're just, you know, waiting to get into better service so they can remote access their computer. Oh, it's starting. It says stream starting soon. So let's go ahead and set that up. Yeah, they do that little stream starting soon type thing for the stream start, so they should start here any moment. But yeah, they're storm chasers, as you can see. They capture some pretty cool cloud footage when they're out and about. Man, that's a cool time lapse. Oh, I'm not exactly sure where that is. But yeah, they're going to be going to Buffalo. And that's, you know, that's where the craziest conditions are. We don't have any high definition cams in Buffalo, New York. So, you know, if they're actually there, what we're going to see from their streams is just absolute madness. Absolute snow madness. It's about as crazy of snow as you can get without being like on a mountain. And you can get like 100-mile-per-hour winds with, you know, feet of snow on top of a mountain. But next to the lake near Buffalo, you know, you can get 60, 70-mile-per-hour winds and very heavy snowfall with blizzard, whiteout conditions, and that's what's happening tonight over there in Buffalo, and potentially in Watertown as well. He's a great driver. Yeah, they're really cautious. Unless when there's a big puddle in the road. Always give him crap about that. Sometimes he's driving through those puddles a little fast. Yeah, he's a very careful driver though, especially in the snow. He knows the risks. Him and DL, or Garrett and DL. Thank you, Veritax, James, Mike, and E-Dog for subscribing. Yeah, Virginia could get snow. I mean, like an inch or so. Let's see where they are. They're definitely not in Buffalo. They're Valparaiso. Let me see what that is on the radar here. Valparaiso. That's not the right spelling. Hold on. How do you spell that? VAPLPAR. Chile? They're in Chile. What are they doing in Chile? I'm just kidding. They're in Indiana? That can't be right. Yeah, somebody ask them where they are. Because I don't think their map is right on their stream. I don't have audio. They're definitely not in Indiana. That's where they were their last stream. And they've been driving all day. So they're probably pretty close to like Lake Erie, somewhere around there. So see if we can get an actual location on them. Because it seems like their little thing is bugged there. They're near Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, yeah. So they're not going to be able to get a view for us, unfortunately, of that lake effect snow while I am live. Unless y'all want me to stay live and cover this. I mean, we're kind of already covering it a little bit, but yeah, you can see if they're near Cleveland, they're about 100 miles from this. Yeah, 150 miles from that main band. It'll take them a good 2.5 hours. Yeah. If they were like run under it, maybe. I mean, I could get Connor if I wanted to, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a lot of people. I don't know. I've tried doing like snow streams before, and people like don't really usually show up unless it's a snow forecast. So, all right, let's come back over here to the forecast. What do y'all think? Should we do a poll maybe? I mean, I literally have nothing to do tomorrow or anything, so. Not like I really have to save my voice technically. How much snow for Kentucky? Depending on where you live, either a lot or barely any. Fort Lauderdale, tornado snow stream had a lot of viewers. Yeah. I think that was mainly because of the tornado threat. I looked at the analytics of that stream. Like it would go like tornado warning, the viewership would go up, or actually it was quite the opposite. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, we could stay live. I don't mind staying live. I mean, I really got nothing to do. I just wasn't planning on it. It's really up to you guys. But the thing is, if I do go live, or if I do stay live, I'm not gonna really be answering much more forecast questions. So here, we'll do a poll, but keep in mind, you know, I was gonna do the community tab, answering questions with keyboard or with typing and stuff. After the stream to get to y'all's questions, I was gonna prioritize that. But if I do a live stream and just cover the snow, then I won't be able to do that. So keep that in mind when you vote. That if you ask for, you know, to get a live view here, and we get Connor's a storm chaser, you know, that I'm not gonna be able to do that. That's just not gonna be in the realm of possibilities. So let me put it up here. Stay live. Well, I'm only going to do 2 more hours, or 4 hours total, though. Stay live. Let's see. What would that be? So that'd be live until 10:30. Stay live until 10:30. Or end and answer more snow questions, or I guess we'll do weather questions. It doesn't have to be snow questions. It can literally be any question and we'll answer it. Answer more weather questions. Stay live, end stream, and answer more questions. Okay, I can't fit questions in there. I can only fit question. So that typo is forced. There's probably another typo in there, though. All right, the poll's up. Vote, let your voice be heard. Well, let's come back over here to this cam. It's getting pretty wild here. A lot more snow starting to fall here. Thank you from Owensboro. No problem. No problem. Thank you, Irish, for becoming an EF1 General Support member. That'll be starting on the 14th, going into the 15th there, Don. I thought we already answered you, Riley. Let me check that out for you. Looking like around 3 to 4 inches there for you. You could get even higher, maybe into the 5-inch range, if you're lucky. Yeah, if we stay live, you know, we're gonna stop answering questions because we'll have to do live radar coverage. I'm not staying live to answer more questions. That is not why we would stay live. Because here's what happens. When I'm not in question answering mode and we answer one question, we get 1,000 more questions, and then I can't do live coverage. So we either do live questions, whether it's through the community post, or we do live coverage. We can't do either or. Problem, Sandra. You're good, Riley. All is good. Yeah, looks like we're getting more votes for the stay live. Again, guys, the poll is live. We either stay live, do live coverage, or end the stream and answer more questions. That is the poll choices. So vote and make your voice heard. We're really gonna be staying live until 10:30 though. I'm gonna have to make another video tonight with a forecast. Will you get more notifications if you become a member? No, that's not how it works. Some of my members don't even get notifications from my videos. Yeah, I saw that, Zachary. Tutorials. I used to try to do that with members only streams, but no, I just don't have time. It takes time to do that kind of stuff. Maybe once I get like a video editor, I'll start doing, which could be soon. But there's it's could take a little while. Who knows? I could get a video editor soon. Then I won't have to. Then my video, my videos will be a little bit easier to watch if I get a video editor. So I might do that. Some cool little fancy graphics on there. But yeah, if I had a video editor, I would definitely do more projects, because then I could just write a script and then they could fill in everything else. So that would definitely be something that I'd be interested in doing. I might make a separate channel for that. I'm not sure if I could do it on my channel, but could be in the realm of possibilities. Do I like snow? I love snow. The one thing that I hate, though, is cold with no snow. I am not a cold fan at all if there's no snow. But if there's snow, I love it. Check out Storm Runner Media. There it goes. They just updated it there. Looks like they are closing in on Cleveland, so it'll be a while. But since it looks like we're gonna win here with the stay live until 10:30, we'll end that. I don't think end stream and answer more questions is going to win. Thank you, Angie, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But all right, let me switch my title. You know what? I just figured something out, guys. Okay, that poll was worthless. I don't have a thumbnail or anything set up. And that would take me like an hour to do. I don't have a thumbnail or title. People wouldn't. I have a thumbnail highlighting the Southeast. So it wouldn't even make sense to. I just thought about it for like 5 seconds. It wouldn't even make sense. So I'd have to make a new thumbnail, and that's just not happening. So yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. Sorry, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, in my head, I was like, oh yeah, we're already live. We'll just do live coverage. But then I thought about it for 5 seconds, and it's like, you know, we're probably not reaching barely anybody in the Buffalo and Kingston region right now. We probably have a bunch of people from the Southeast. And not in the Buffalo and Kingston region, because the thumbnail is not targeted for that region. I would have to make a new thumbnail. It just would take too long to actually reach people there, which is like really the only reason we would need to do coverage on that. Do I pay storm chasers to use their content? Yep. Yeah, that is one of the bigger expenses from my channel, is paying them. Yeah, East Coast. Since I've decided not to extend the coverage, what we're gonna do. So here, we're pretty much at the end of the live stream here. So this is what we're gonna do. So let's come back over to here. So put your zip codes and cities below. Why is it saying I spelled that wrong? I guess I gotta do it like that. Zip codes and city below, and I will answer as many whether. Well, hold on. Let's put this at the front. Answering. No. Answering. Jeez. And. Answering is such a, I hate that word. Your weather questions. Put your zip codes and city below, and I will answer as many as I can. So there you go. So that's going to be in the community tab. If you have any questions, it's posted here. If you have any questions, come over, click on my head here, put them there. In the comments here, you just click on this comment button, put your zip code and what you want forecasted. Oh, I should edit that to say that. Put your zip codes and cities and what you want answered below, and I will answer as many as I can. So yeah, go there, click on the community tab, click that comment button, and while I'm off the stream, I will answer as many as I possibly can while I am just doing. I'll probably be making the thumbnail for my next video. But yeah, thank you everybody for all the support. Holy crap! I was not expecting to break 16,500, let alone 16,600 tonight. So thank you everybody who has subscribed. Hopefully we're giving you more in-depth information than everybody else. That is the goal of this channel, is to be as thorough as possible. Even though we have this many people with the channel, well, again, we're going to be pumping up that infrastructure if the channel grows too much to the size to where we can't even answer your questions as you type them in the community tab. So, you know, we're going to try our best to do that on this channel. So trust me, it's worth your subscription. Subscribing is free. You don't have to put your credit card in. It's just completely free as long as you have a YouTube channel, and it gives you notifications for when I do stuff. So like when I go live with these live forecasts, when I do coverage, maybe you have a snowstorm for your area or you have tornadoes in your area, and you want answers about it, I will most likely already be live. So that, you know, keep me in your back pocket if you do subscribe. And yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you the mods. I know we had a lot of people that showed up for this forecast, so there was a lot of people to moderate, and you guys did a wonderful job. So again, everybody put hearts in the chat for all the mods as well. That's Blondie, Mr. Top Fan, and also E-Rev. And then I'm going to thank everybody who has donated again. Thank you, Brad, for donating. Danny Sock for donating. Julie, Shannon, Ron, thank you. Liz, thank you. Hyde, Brad, Kat, thank you for your donations. RG5, Mir, Hunter, Samuel, thank you for your donations. Brett, Riley, Twice, and Irish Twins, thank you for your donations. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See you later.